Party fighter.
It's under private party. Should be under trials.
Worker. Yeah, worker lot org. Just look at Ren's name under private.
I think I know the password. Let's see if I know it. Oops.
It's the easy one.
Okay, yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, I have an easy and then I have the complicated one that I used right now because Lumaria learned the easy one and thought it was hilarious to pop in and out of my party finder and mess up the settings. Wasn't Kato fighting her fire alarm?
You mean being taunted by it since she can't reach it?
He is online though, so.
That is a massive amount of challenged height, I guess would be the way to put it.
But she said step ladder, not like full ladder. And step ladders usually only like one little step. Like
3 max?
yeah, so Kato is apparently very short.
Yes, Kato is very short.
I mean, I'm like higher side of average height, and I still have a step ladder to reach some things. So
I just climb on the counters.
Just the discussion of whether it's a ladder or a step ladder makes me think of Phoenix Wright. I'm sorry.
why are you sorry?
Because I'm thinking of stupid things.
Oh, I see.
In the Ace Attorney series, there's this running gag where Phoenix Wright and his assistant Maya Fey have arguments about whether it's a ladder or a step ladder. Whenever you examine a step ladder in the environment. And so whenever I hear someone say ladder or step ladder, I think of that.
Okay.
Play Ace Attorney.
Wait, what?
Wait, who's the not ready person?
Why is it trying to... No, we're something has gone wrong.
Unable
What
to
was
accept
that?
a new...
For Carlo or Extreme, right? Nope, yeah,
Yes.
1998. That's what the problem was.
Oh!
It was trying to do it as, like, Duty Finder, but apparently I was not connecting properly, and so it wasn't, like, loading me. And then I 90K'd.
Apparently you anchored the server gods.
Apparently.
I'm sorry, it's because I talked about Ace Attorney.
Well, there's only 32 people in queue, so apparently this was just me. But I'm going to take this opportunity to feed the cat. Okay, let's try that again.
Yes.
Okay. Max, did you okay Boomer Elorium?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Elorium is actually like half your age. food there?
Yeah.
I need food and stuff here, so.
Right. Bart.
Was that instead dance partner?
Yep.
Alright, well, we've all been minned.
Hey, Sky not in voice.
Ah, this guy's doing something over there. That could be an NPC space, which is instead of the last moon having approximate turns.
Starting on the left side.
I'll just fill in whatever powers I'm sure.
Starting left. Left the feet.
Run it. Let
Run
it.
up.
Look, sometimes you want a bad gun. I'm an ancestor. Right. Got it.
Good.
Left. Right.
One moment, I need to go see what my children are yelling at each other about.
I have a cat who has aggressively flopped out behind my keyboard, trying to sleep there. She is being good, but she is also putting her feet on some of my keys.
Sorry, children are being ridiculous.
They are children. It is assumed.
Our son was informed that the amount of time you're supposed to spend scrubbing your hands with soap is how long it takes to sing happy birthday twice. And so he sings happy birthday twice every time he washes his hands, and his sister has decided this is incredibly annoying and keeps getting annoyed at him for singing happy birthday while washing his hands. And it's just one of those, like, maybe you could just tune it out. Maybe you could just not yell at your brother. He is not hurting anyone. Don't you? I will mute you.
I'm disturbingly like your Charmin when you do that. Please don't say talk like that ever again.
That's a pretty good impression. I'm impressed.
I wasn't going for that.
You landed on.
It's what you ended up with.
Yeah, well, now I can't hear Max. So, if Max has anything important to say, please let me know.
That's not gonna happen. I have a cat in front of my monitor. This is gonna be interesting.
Apparently we are overgeared enough that I can just eat a pair stack by myself.
That's good.
That's about right. We basically have like 100 more item level than we started with for the expansion, so that's fine.
So we can just rip through this fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you like attention so much, don't you, Altina?
You only like attention when I'm at my desk. When I'm downstairs, you're a mischief cat, and when I'm in bed, you're an absent cat. Only at my desk do you like attention.
Eos was in her element today because there were multiple people sitting in the living room. She was so excited.
Yay.
She was just like back and forth between all the various people. Hey, are you gonna pet me? Hey, are you gonna pet me?
Altina, I need you to move right now. This is the only part I need to pay attention to. Right side. Number 6. Left. Mid. Right. Right.
Once more, sorry.
I had to take a picture to show how I am playing Final Fantasy XIV around my cat right now, so I posted in the static channel.
Probably put it in pictures.
Sorry, the children are being ridiculous because we let them have ice cream after dinner and we are full of regrets, but it was a special occasion. And there's just stupid fighting going on. For whatever reason, they can have any other treat after dinner and it's fine, but if they have ice cream after dinner, they're just like redonkulous times 70 bazillion.
I'm sure the sugar rush has nothing to do with that.
Well, it doesn't matter. You could give them straight up gummy bears or like tablespoons of sugar. It does not make them as crazy as ice cream specifically. I could give them fully caffeinated pop, but they'll sleep better than if they have ice cream. I don't know what it is about ice cream. Drives me freaking nuts though. Well, my dad is used to just having a bowl of ice cream after dinner, and if I'm giving some to my dad, well then I guess everyone can have some.
Now I want to go get vanilla ice cream and chocolate syrup after raid.
Would have ordered a pizza.
We have
so
four
for the day.
types of ice cream in the house currently, so.
Ice cream is my favorite chicken nugget character.
What?
I don't know what that is.
What are you
There
talking
is a
about?
web animation called Chicken Nugget.
It's a viral, I'm still beeping.
was.
Right first. Left. Right.
I saw you almost get the big match.
Wrong kind of wings.
the side. Right button.
Marcus?
Try something else.
The one time I don't go to the middle, you guys go to the side.
Still working on that one. Comes out, right?
We are not having good luck on this, are we?
Nope.
Change to something. Hang out, Sage.
that, guys. Careful, just move a little bit further away.
Oh, sorry, I'm here.
Not as ridiculous as my cats are being.
Are you sure of that?
Are your cats yelling at each other for singing the same song?
I mean, I don't understand what they're saying when they talk to each other or me. So they could be very well doing that themselves. You know those raccoons about my cat? Thank you. Trying to attack Alexander right now.
What the? Well, I know part of my problem is this bad weather in Florida and it's lag. Same problem. I didn't even cast.
Did you stay down?
Oh. I did not realize that.
Okay.
rounds. Hi.
It works. Good job, Sky.
Yay.
Kit. Need to get Kato and Ren their wings. Break time?
Yeah.
Sure. figured it was gonna happen. That's why I kind of waited a second.
I came
I
back.
thought I waited long enough. That's my fault.
Letters. Ren and middle. Right and sky. Middle and Ren. Right and sky. Middle and Ren. Right and sky.
Hang on a second. That was not supposed to happen. There we go. What the hell was that?
You okay?
No. The game is
Are
acting
you
strange. I
gonna
went to
go
D.
anyway?
Yeah, no, you're good. It did something very strange when I went to descent something.
Hmm.
Letters. Ren middle. Right sky. Middle ren. Right sky. Left ren. Right sky.
Apparently I had never gotten the cards from that before.
Cat.
Random. Middle. Sky left. Middle Ren. Right Sky. Left Ren. Middle Sky.
You might need to switch sides, yeah.
No, we don't need to.
Okay, it did pop up.
Yeah. I was worried about that last time, and then apparently it was not
Alright, cool.
Away and buddies.
I did it.
that.
Did you? I got him.
Oh, I got him already.
Now it'd be the funny button off the edge.
Yes, he did.
It's not like right off the edge either. It's right on the edge and then flip and
Look, boom up.
You're officially right, Rich. Congratulations.
I don't think that's the first time.
Rika.
it's the best one. It's the best one so far.
Rika abandoned.
I can abandon food.
It's a band movement.
Thanks, privilege.
I'm not a real tank though, so that's not. Yeah.
Running out of real thing.
I'm a red mage.
An actual like main job, yeah.
Actually, they're making me do tank again in Fort Tower, so I'm running out of excuses.
Emblem card that I haven't used yet.
I need to go back and do the snow dungeon. The one that's right after this one in the plot, because it is the last dungeon that I need a card from. All the other cards I need are from extremes. And then I'm recapped on cards.
I'm just imagining Sky being the exact sort of person to go play triple triad during the most important and time critical part of the plot.
Yeah. Anytime a new person comes, a new NPC comes up to play triple triad, I stop and do the triple triad every time. I have never not. I always have all the cards you get from NPCs. I get them as soon as you can get them. Away in, buddy. Ran in the middle. Right sky. Middle Ren. Right sky. Middle Ren. Left sky. Numbers.
twice. I was like, wait a minute, my lag? Oh.
No, I was just like, oh, it's dead. I'm gonna go to the other one. I'm like, oh, I got the thing. Then there was no with me, and I was in the pizza place. Now that's what we call pink privilege.
You did that one, Carol.
Yeah, we're kind of at the part where the farm is just starting to kind of blend into itself.
I've already swapped to new music.
I tried that. My lag got worse, so I stopped.
I am watching Legal on the side.
Every so often, I swear I see Sky trying to come cuddle up with me in the spreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that on purpose because he thinks it's funny.
I also do it to Max too. I alternate between the two of you.
Did I do that one? Okay, never mind.
What?
I was gonna cue us, and then I realized Kato had said she needed a moment, and I uncued us.
Sorry, I thought you said my name. I was like, wait, what?
In that case, here's a cat video.
No, I do like playing Sage, but the weapon is just weird to me. At least the relic version I have now looks like little rockets.
Which relic version has little rockets?
The Sage weapon for the relic version that I have.
Yes.
Looks like little rockets, which is kind of cool. A lot of the other ones are just the visual's just kind of questionable. Oops, I need to click that.
Too many of them are like too thin. I want more that are like wing shaped. Most of the time, I just end up glamoring on the augmented Ignis fillet whatever ones. Because at least they look like real wings.
Most of the Sage weapons just to me look like something you put your eye out with.
They look like lawn darts.
Yeah, too many that look like long darts. I really wish that there was more that looked like the little robots from Phantasy Star Online.
do Summoner and Scholar still share an experience bar?
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's ever going to change.
I did not realize that. I was like, I just not realized that again because I've been working on my. Okay, anyways. Yeah. It's been that long since I've paid attention to it.
On PSO Max, that's all. Left. Letters. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ren, middle. Left, sky. Right, Ren. Left, sky. Middle, Ren. Right, sky. Left. Away and buddies. one more time.
So that next week we can go on to Zoralja.
I wonder how far you get into Zoralja these days.
It's dead before you get to the
Yay.
I remember really not having a fun time with some of the mechanics in that fight.
I distinctly recall some struggles.
I just remember that the camera was what was kind of driving me nuts about a lot of the fights early on in Dawn Trail.
They're like figuring out where the swords were gonna go across. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really, really pissing me off.
Also, the like donuts going across, we really struggle with the donuts for whatever reason.
So I remember when 7.1 in that first dungeon came out, and the whole stupid spinning me around garbage, I had enough and I didn't play for months. I hate
Oh, the boss
dungeon.
where you had that where you had to like get through that narrow maze.
Yes.
While not being able to control yourself properly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I hated that thing, and I just was like, nope, I'm done. Like almost everything up until that point, I was just tired of it.
Honestly, sometimes it's just time to take a break.
I think I played for 9 months maybe.
We took a break from raiding for 9 months. Letters.
Yeah, there's at least 3 or 4 that I just haven't even gotten. Because I came back right about 7.3 was when I started playing, because I got caught up and I just...
You got caught up
at
in 7.3?
Yeah, I got caught up in 7.3 because it was like, I figured at that point, part of the story that I was not thrilled with would soon be over, and figure out whatever they were cooking would actually
Left.
kill itself.
Right, Ren. Actually, you're at middle, Sky. Left, Ren. Actually, you're 100% correct on that, but middle, Sky.
Well, I figured by the end of the 7.3 we'd get some kind of teaser as to what was going to be going on in the rest of the expansion cycle.
Wiggle for the BTS. To be honest, I still don't really feel like we got a huge lead up to Evercold. Get right?
I feel like we'll know
Numbers.
how much we had Evercold once we get the 7.5 story.
Yeah.
Like,
I think what has me very curious is I think they've delved more into the backstories and the stuff that they've created, and I think that's what I'm interested in more.
I mean, I've been watching this story.
kind of hoped that the plot would be a little more of a break from the previous plot, but it seems like we're just real dialed in on the knife and the shards.
Well, I think the Ascian showing up as a red herring in a way, I think.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the Winter, at very least, like,
That's not the problem.
kind of, Homer just makes that more, like, not antagonistic in its way.
I almost feel like the Winterers are just going to be the, oh, you're an annoying, you guys are annoying, get out of my way type problem, and not the actual real issue, if that makes sense.
I have been on, we're building up to some crazy thing from space for a while now, mostly due to all the Ultima stuff, but also, all the meteor, craters in Yoctel are like, make me go, what comes from space? There's probably something terrible underneath Yoctel.
I'm pretty sure that it's just that it's like the natural situation of Zodiark and Highland being gone and now dealing with the outcome of that.
I think that's that's the initial premise here, but also ultimately still has to there are things that are going on wrong in the world from before that, so
Sure.
It's the terrible secret of space.
yes.
I mean, I almost feel like that what they're looking at is, after the events that happened in Endwalker, you go through Elpis, and it's like, the time between when Vana has to sunder the world and all that happens, and what it's going to kind of take part of what happened between that, because I have no doubt that she would have sat down with the ancient version of Asma and been like, okay, this is what happened, and I don't think they're going to necessarily delve into the exact nature of hey, this is exactly what happened, but I kind of have the feeling that we're going to find out that they thought about this eventuality, and what's about to go down is Asa was like, nah, I'm not letting the world get trashed. This is what I'm going to do to make sure that doesn't happen.
I agree entirely, and that's why the whole multiverse thing is just, and the shards, is just so uninteresting for that very reason. It really just feels like there's very little for us to do, and that this is just part of some grand plan that we're just going to follow along with. For people who ultimately are not really part of the world we grew up in. So I was really hoping that we could either go down to Dragon Australia or wrap up Garlemald and some of those series. One left.
I want to go to Dragon Australia.
Away and buddies. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Hokuzen. Should I go back, Ash?
Plan of eventually we're doing the Scout Raiders to expand out, struggling to expand.
Ren middle. Right sky. Left Ren.
I mean, I say that positively, I love so much, so.
Yeah, I don't
Middle
have a problem
sky.
with that. I don't think I have the context to truly
Right
appreciate
Ren.
Dawn Trail.
I mean, I love Dawn Trail, basically.
Middle sky.
Like, the idea of
Booty booty.
stuff, I think it's very good. But I'm also that's very
Yeah, I really like the like being in the background and helping Wolf Lamat and stuff go left. I actually like that. It's as soon as we got to Solution 9 that I really was just like, I really don't care about the Solution 9 plot. Letters. And I still don't really care about the Solution 9 plot. Which is weird because like FF8 and all the space stuff and the Future Society and FF8 I love. So it's not that I'm against that stuff, I just don't like the multiverse and shard plot lines.
I just like it because it gives them the ability to kind of put any setting from Final Fantasy into it. They're not limited, you know. There's no limits to what they can cook up, basically, and that, to me, is intriguing.
On the other hand, to me, that is like the least intriguing because there's just no stakes. Because the shards don't matter, and they're never going to.
But they do matter.
They matter within themselves, but like they could be any MacGuffin threatening the world.
So this is something I've thought about for a while, but I think that what we think of as rejoined shards, I'm wondering if there's going to be some kind of plot hook later on to find out that that's not really what happened, and what Emmett and the other ancients, and the other Unsunder were doing wasn't actually a rejoining per se, and they were, they flooded these worlds, they upset the ethereal balance, and that not only were they flawed in the rejoining attempts that they were trying to do, but their methodology just wasn't doing what they thought it was doing, if that makes sense. And now we're going to have to go back and correct that so that we can actually ensure that everything comes back in one piece and we don't lose, 1/14 of humanity every single time
I mean,
the world rejoins.
Kind of where my mind is at with it is just in general, like, coming up with something that is not a kill 'em all solution whenever that's at the end of all this. And I'm interested